Welcome back, Patriots. Well, once again, Tommy Robinson starts it off. This really nice couple from Germany walks up. Notice the Tommy Robinson poster I had and asked how I knew about him. And, of course, we went off to the races there. Tommy's certainly got fans everywhere. I mean, there's not a week that goes by now out there that I don't run into people from around the world that know Tommy Robinson or know of him. And for the most part, it's positive. So we get into Tommy, we get into a lot of the politics of things. I find out what's going on in Germany, a lot of the similarities of what's happening here with our immigration. And we get a little bit into 9/11 also, and deep state and the cloud and pivot. I bring that up. So this is an excellent video again on showing how the awakening is happening worldwide. It is going everywhere. And we're winning to that extent. So if you like this video, well, please do support me. Hit the subscribe button and the like button and the bell button and the shop button. And go get yourself a Tommy T and or a 9/11 t-shirt. And help spread the message out there. Get people talking. Wake some people up. Because that's what it's all about. I mean, it's a percentage game. We can't count on the mainstream media to do it. So it's us. We are the foot soldiers. So thank you very much for those that do support me, and those that wish to, please do. I need it. And well, let's get to this video. Let's get on the streets. And remember, if you can't do anything else for me, please do pray for me out there. God bless you.
What do you know about him?
Well, he's brethren, I'm out on the street here talking to people about what's going on. He's out on the street, started out on the street. I don't know if he's doing it anymore. How do you know about Tommy Robinson?
Well, I started for a couple of years, started questioning, made a little bit of research, not only of YouTube, but some kind of blogs out of the mainstream. It's disgusting.
Welcome to the fold. Indeed.
Or welcome to reality.
Thank you. Indeed. Yeah, it is. And my thing is, you always listen to the people they try to silence. And of course, they are trying desperately to silence this man. But he's worldwide now. I mean, people from Germany, Australia, New Zealand, everywhere. They know about this man now, even though they try to silence him. So it's having an opposite effect. So yeah, then I assume you started listening to it because of what's happening in Germany. Same thing that.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah.
Because wie heißt das? Ich bin nicht einverstanden mit dem, was da passiert.
I'm not okay with what's happening there.
Yeah.
Yes. Where do you live in Germany?
It's nearby Bonn, and that's nearby Cologne.
And you having the same influx of the
immigration
coming in?
Yeah. It's on the worst part from Germany. On the east side, it's the west part. On the east side, it's not so much.
And how has it affected your life?
My life? I keep away from that places where often crimes happening, where the population is much more different, and in the background I served in the infantry 2000 in Bosnia and 2003 in Kosovo, so I keep people away.
So you're aware.
I don't. Yeah. Yes. I don't want them in my near, so I don't go to that places. in the crowds and something like that. So I got no problems with that.
How is it affecting Germany overall? I mean, is it?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good question. The only thing I see on the top is we're throwing money for people. They are crossing the border illegally. That's the only point I mess with the was heißt Regierung nochmal? With the government. I don't have problem that immigrants are coming. There is a part that we need it, of course, but there's no control about who's coming inside. When I'm entering the USA, I got to TSA and I got to immigration at the airport. I'm not able to fly anywhere without the passport. Shows my identification.
A valid passport.
Yeah, a valid passport. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So there are nearly about 2.2 million immigrations since 2015 in Germany, and that's a huge number. And everyone got soziale Unterstützung.
Social support. They get
social support.
Social security. They get a lot of benefits, financial benefits.
So the system is just running in the red zone because
System's being overwhelmed. Yeah.
Weil wir halt ein soziales System.
Because we have a social support system.
Yeah.
So everybody pays in it, so everybody can join it and have benefit of it.
Even the ones who didn't pay it.
Yes.
I
So
just spoke to a Border Patrol agent from San Diego who mirrors just what you said in the sense, and I brought up to him something called Cloward and Piven.
What does that mean?
Cloward and Piven were two political scientists that in 1964 were approached by elites and asked, if you were to bring down Western civilization, how would you do it? Now, they said, well, you can't do it militarily because the military is too strong in Western civilization. So they say, the way you do it is this. See if this doesn't sound familiar. You have these Western countries start little brushfire wars all over the place. You create a bunch of refugees. Then you play on the guilt of the countries that started these wars. Open up your borders, allow these people to come in that you've been bombing.
Oh, wonder how? Well, the people are here. Oh, what have I done?
Right. And then you have them overwhelm the welfare system and bring the countries down from the inside.
What is it called?
Cloward and Piven. Cloward, C-L-O, word W-E-A-R-D. Piven, just like it sounds, P-I-V-E-N. Cloward and Piven. Yeah, look it up. It's Cloward and Piven strategy to bring down Western civilization so the elites can bring in a one-world government. In other words, because, they didn't want to have a bunch of free, wealthy people running around. They figure if they can bring everybody down to the lowest common denominator, then they can come in as the saviors with their socialist, Marxist programs, and then, say, we're here to save you.
Yeah. That's just like good.
Yeah. But I think it might get out of hand for them because a lot of Islam.
Yeah, what it's that's what it's
Yep. W-A-R-D. Yep. A lot of the Islamic ideology isn't going to allow. I mean, it's going to get out of hand. They're going to just take over.
They will do it on the democratic way.
See, one of the things they did here is like we have our problem also with don't know if you heard of Omar, the one out of Minnesota, the Congress lady.
Sorry, just to get no misunderstanding. What I mean is the Muslim population is growing up. When they get a level of percent, they're going into the civilization on a democratic way.
Yes. Yes. Well,
that's what's happening in Germany.
Exactly.
Actually,
they take over in that sense. It's like here in Minnesota, a bunch of Somalis were put into one place, to one county zone. The thing about them is they know how to play our system. I mean, here, you know, we're lucky if we get 30% of the people to vote. Most people walking around, they don't care, you know, what the hell. The thing about Islam, all of them vote. So when they get into one area, they can take it over and then put in their people.
They do it already also in England.
Exactly.
Tommy Robinson.
Thank you. Tommy Robinson. He's running for office, I hear.
Does he?
Yes.
Oh, I heard
he's.
Recognize.
Yes, I hear he's running for office. He's going to run for office. Yeah. I know.
It's explosive.
Why not?
Wake up.
We need some explosion.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't lay down. We got to fight back, and that's one thing we love about this man. He don't give up. He's a bulldog. He's, you know.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
He is.
So.
And when you know his background, he's grown up in Rotherham when I remember right, and he got a lot of Muslim friends, a lot of Indian people, Pakistani people, or something like that. So he knows really a lot of that culture.
Yeah.
So what he's, excuse my language, why is your pissed off is that dass die Bevölkerung von dem, was eigentlich stattfindet, was zum Beispiel auch mit den ganzen Kindesmisshandlungen in Rotherham, der tausendfachen Kindesmisshandlungen in Rotherham,
Mama, einen Satz. He's talking inside sentences. I'm like, wait a minute, okay, if you want me to
I like
translate.
these political discussions, but I'm German, I'm not English. Okay. What is pissed off that die Öffentlichkeit,
The public.
the public who follows the mainstream doesn't know much about what happened in Rotherham with sexual abuse of the thousands of children. Yeah.
Yes.
And I saw it on YouTube, also on his other blog when he gets arrested.
Yes.
When he set up a court on public property.
Yeah.
Just asking question that are also known by by den Zeitungen,
The newspapers.
by the newspapers.
Yeah.
They are already inside. He just said that and was arrested.
But look what that sparked. When they threw him in, so Tommy, get in the back of this, you know, protest, boom, all over the world. All of a sudden, Tommy Robinson's name was everywhere. Boom, 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 boom. That's why I came up with, we are all Tommy Robinson now, because that's what spurred that. You know.
I will get on it when I'm coming home. Now I'm on vacation. I just saw you standing here. So, what are the people's reaction? I know I saw the sign Infowars. What about that?
Oh yeah. Well, I've been on Infowars a few times from conversations I've had out here and whatnot. But I mean, the people that are informed, the ones like no. I mean, we know.
Okay.
I mean, it depends. I mean, if they're left, that's all conspiracy BS. That's conspiracy. Well, they don't know, so they're ignorant. There's a hardcore 20%. You're never going to convince. You can I can beat them in the head with a stick. You're not going to convince them no matter because they don't run off of facts. They run off of feeling. It's all about emotion with them. and they're being low intellect, they're going to be easily manipulated by those guys, by the the people in the press. And they know that the powers that be know how to manipulate the masses. They've been doing it a long time. So, I mean, look what Goebbels did. I mean, Goebbels was a master at, and Hitler both were both masters at being able to work the public psyche, to manipulate. Well, they're not the only ones, obviously. I mean, all dictators know how to do that. I mean, there's only so many things that motivate people. Fear is number one. Oh, they're coming after you. Well, please, what do we do?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Money, greed,
Yeah.
sex. That's about it.
That's it.
So, I mean, if you hit these emotions, if you hit those high buttons, intellect is way down on the, the thinking is not in there too much.
No.
So, if you hit these emotional buttons, that's what people react to. And the powers that be know that. So it's where a lot of propaganda is, would come from. It's where the news hits on. They don't tell us the news. They tell us, what they think we're supposed to hear. But thank God for the internet. Thank God for Tommy Robinson. Thank God for Infowars.
Yes.
Thank God for people who are saying, no.
If I may ask, what's your background?
He was a Democrat.
At one time, a long time ago. I grew up northeastern, blue collar, working class, kind of old Kennedy Democrat, liberal. But obviously, I grew up. I left all that because they left me. Really. I mean, I didn't. I've worn a lot of hats. I've done a lot of different things. But in my later, I was into marketing, so that's why I know a lot about manipulation and sales. So sales, because sales, I mean, you can take a couple of sales courses and it'll teach you all you need to know about human nature. Thank you. Psychology. You don't need to go take the obvious psychology class. Just take, Dale Carnegie course. They'll teach you. So I was in marketing sales for a long time, so I know people and what drives them. And then I'm an artist, so I do political satirical work, and I was a political satirical cartoonist, still am, for a newspaper here, but I decided I'd like to take it out to the street, because no one else is doing it, so I figured it either had to be genius or really stupid. But I found out it's wonderful. I get to meet people from around the world, I learn things, I get to teach things. And it's like a talk show radio without the walls. It's like putting Infowars on the street.
Yeah.
Right? The way Tommy Robinson started out. That's why I say, it's like I have a lot of kinship with him because it's what he did.
Are you part of Infowars or do they know about you?
Oh, they've threatened to hire me.
Why?
Hire or fire?
Hire.
So hire. Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, I've been on the
Misunderstanding.
show as a guest several times.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from conversations I've had out here.
Yeah, okay.
And so I've been a guest with Alex Jones and with Owen Schroyer, and I've actually met David Knight out here.
Yeah.
I've met Owen Schroyer, so I know they know me. If I call up and I say Uncle Sam, hey, have you ever called in for a while? Yeah, busy.
Do you know Steven Crowder?
I know of him.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
love him?
Oh,
I love him too.
Yeah.
I love his challenges changed my mind.
Yes.
When he's going on campuses and try to make a normal conversation. I love it.
I just listened to a video of his last night. YouTube gave him 3 strikes in one day.
Oh, why?
Oh, why? They need a reason. And he's worried that they're going to just take him off. But he's saying, but the 3 strikes came from the same video that he gave. So he's got his lawyers looking at it saying, well, they tried to take me down. This is, but if I disappear, this is why. But he says that he says they've taken off the change my mind videos. Which is like, he's going, why would they do that? This is what we're supposed to be doing, is talking to one another, which is what I try to do out here.
And especially from my perspective is teach to talk.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ask when you never understand something, or learn how to stand your mind.
Yes. It's like the other day, why I love being out here. I asked him what he did, and he says, well, I'm the assistant district attorney for the state of New York.
What does that mean? Again,
Das ist ein im Gericht, District Attorney für New York, also im Justizministerium der zweite von oben.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, like Minister of Justice or something.
Okay.
You know, I mean, right high up there.
Yeah.
And he expounded, he got in, he says, look, the number one thing is free speech.
It is.
There's no such thing as hate speech. There's fighting words, which you don't want to do. But free speech, we have a First Amendment for a reason. We made it the First Amendment.
Yeah.
So he was a good guy. You know, he was, because they can be good or bad.
Yeah.
You know, we're in the government, they could be good or bad. But the first thing he said to me when he came up, he said, Trump is the best thing that ever happened in this country. That's before I found out he was doing what he did.
Well, I totally.
There, they're back again. Hey, how you doing? Oh, God bless. So
Well, I don't know much about the inner politics of Trump. I only know what in Germany, also was in Germany, also in Deutschland bei uns zu Hause ankommt.
What is being reported about is
Inner political. I'm not saying anything. I'm not really a Trump supporter, but I'm not also a Trump hater. So you got these one over here and one over there. The only thing I really hate is the mainstream media pushing him down always. He can do,
which is a good reason to support him.
He can do a burp. He can drink with his eye, or he blows his nose, or got the shoe open. The mainstream media punches him down.
What do they do with Tommy Robinson? The same thing.
The same thing.
So, you know, anytime if you stand up for what you believe in, be prepared to be shot down. And that's it. Anytime. And that's like, look, he wasn't supposed to be in there. You understand? He's upset the apple cart.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Clinton and Bush. And that would have meant nothing. Either one could have gotten in to be the same BS policies.
No.
He came in and just went, nah. And that's why you're hearing all of this negative press. Things are about to get real interesting. Because this whole Russian collusion thing was going on.
I haven't been watching the news, though.
Yeah, but you know, the Russian collusion thing, balloon just collapsed, fell out. There was nothing there. It was all BS.
As the Miller report also already outside.
It came out. He said there's nothing there. He didn't do anything. It's all. There's nothing. There's no collusion. There was nothing.
Oh, okay.
No obstruction. No nothing. Now the liberals are going around, boom, boom. Their heads are exploding. They're going, oh no, this can't be true. Oh no, impeach him. That's why I got to impeach him for what, right?
Yeah, for what? Yeah.
So they're going crazy. But now that hoax investigation is over, Trump is going on the offensive. So what you're going to start seeing is indictments coming out against the deep state.
Yeah.
So we're going to see that. We're going to see her in handcuffs. We're going to see. Oh,
I don't know.
No.
She's got enough money. She can.
No. Money can't buy you out of this one. Money ain't going to buy her out of this one.
Es ist ein manipuliertes System, deshalb kann man es manipulieren.
We're talking about treason.
Yeah, I know.
And the anger of the American people.
Yeah.
lock her up is not a campaign slogan.
The only thing what I like by this man is as my information today, he never started a war. Never.
Yeah, he's done a few things I didn't like him at. He did bond. He did fall for that.
Yes, but he was. War gezwungen weiterzumachen.
He was forced to continue.
Yeah, and he's trying to get out of it. He's trying to get out of it. I mean, you understand? Like again, we're talking about the deep state. Deep state is heavily entrenched. I mean, we're a war economy. What happened? 9/11, we know, was an inside job. We know that. No, it was an inside job. It was an inside. I talked. It was a week ago. 10 days ago. Man retired 2 years ago, was head of the Department of Homeland Security for critical infrastructure for the entire country.
Okay.
He knows structures.
Yeah.
Head of Homeland Security. When you go through the airport, this guy's at the top of the food chain, right?
Okay.
I brought up 9/11. Inside job. This guy knows it. The other day, spoke to an engineer in the Department of Defense. An engineer. Inside job. I said, how many guys in the Department of Defense, like you, know the truth about 9/11? A lot. I go, well, why isn't the truth coming out? He says,
what I know is the flying was flying in World Trade Center 1, World Trade Center 2. That is fact.
Yeah.
Right?
So?
Right?
Yeah.
Fact is Trade Center 1 and 2 was coming down. Fact?
Right.
What about World Trade Center 5?
Building number 7.
Oh, 7.
Yeah. Right now, there's a court case going through New York where architects and engineers, lawyers, have presented the evidence of that building coming down by controlled demolition. That court case has been granted, and it's going through the courts.
Okay. The only question I had, I built question when I saw Daniele Ganser. It's an Austrian piece.
Yes.
Piece.
I've seen it. Yep.
Yeah, you have seen it? Okay. So I saw this 2.5 hour YouTube video, and you just screened the facts. And he is the guy that made this to me. I don't say that happened. I don't say that happened. You have to ask yourself. And that's why I love this guy. And that was the point about 9/11. I started also a little research. I don't believe that was said in the mainstream. And I'm
no, they lied.
And I'm also my mind is buildings were coming down so clearly.
Controlled demolition.
Thank you.
Controlled demolition.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I have spoken the other day. I spoke to a man that was there that day.
Oh, okay.
There that day. He was a glazer who worked with glass, right?
Yeah, okay.
He was there to get some tickets for a concert. Boom! 48 hours straight he was there, going through the rubble, saving people, right?
Okay.
Things like that. So I've talked to many people that were there that day, survivors of Twin Towers, EMTs, policemen, firemen, that have told me stories that had never been heard on the news.
Yeah. There are lots of 9/11 reports on private
right.
basements, sag ich jetzt mal, was not showing or not heard in the mainstream media. I know that.
Yeah. So there's no doubt that we were lied to about that. Now, one of the things he said when he was running for office that made me go, what? This is a quote. If you elect me president, you will find out who really brought down the Twin Towers. Unquote.
I would like to hear the answer.
And I think we will eventually lead up to that point.
What?
Well, I think we'll get to that point eventually. I think that'll happen. I think we'll see. So it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming by and
Thank you
talking.
for this conversation.
Oh, I live for this. This is a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton. It's good for any crime in the world.
Get out of here, just Hillary Clinton.
And on the back, my YouTube channel, my shop.
I will check that.
Are you recording us?
Yep.
Oh, beautiful. Hi guys. Well.
Yeah, you might wind up on Infowars with this video.
Oh, nice.
You never know. They do feature my videos.
So I'm from Germany. I always ask questions. It's okay to ask questions. Ask questions. Wake up.
A star is born.
Maybe. I don't know. So thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure. God bless you too.
Your name was Michael.
Yeah, Michael. Badass Uncle Sam.
Okay, Michael.
Once again, thanks for coming by, Patriots. Really appreciate your help and your support. And again, hit the like button, the share button. Don't forget to share these videos, please. You know what they do. They try to knock us down. So we have to keep on fighting back best way we can. So thank you very much for coming by. God bless you. And I shall see you on the street shortly.